The Laughing Auditor is outside Norfolk Police HQ, camera in hand, when the response from officers kicks in straight away. Not curiosity, not conversation, but suspicion from the first glance. Before anything is established, the focus is already on how he looks and why he's there, as if those alone are enough to justify stepping in. The interaction doesn't build into tension, it starts there, and from that moment it's clear they're not trying to understand what's happening. They're already treating him like a problem that needs dealing with.
Why are you here?
Just being nosy.
My name's Matt, I'm a police officer.
Okay.
Obviously you're on police premises.
Okay.
So we're just asking why you're here. What's that?
It's,
tripod, is it?
yeah, something like that.
Okay.
What is your purpose of being here?
What do you mean?
What's your purpose with a mask, covering your face and your hood up?
It's cold.
Yeah?
Very cold.
Is there anything that we can help you with? Is there any information you need to know?
What's the issue?
What's that?
What's the issue?
Well, you can acknowledge
that's
it's
what
a
we're
little bit
asking us.
suspicious. I'm just coming to see if you're okay. There's no issue.
Suspicious about what?
Well, you're on police premises, you've got
Right.
your face covered, you've got something that I can't identify sticking out your trouser pocket, so we're just looking to learn more. What's your name?
Why do you need my name?
Okay, mate, I'm going to search you.
Right, calm yourself down. What are you searching me for?
I'm going to search you for offensive weapon.
For an offensive weapon? You
Yeah.
already said it's a tripod. I told you it's a
Okay,
tripod.
well, you're saying
Right,
that, but I can't satisfy.
From the moment they engage with him, the tone gives everything away. This isn't about figuring anything out, it's about acting on a feeling they've already settled on. What they point to as suspicious doesn't really stand up, yet it's still used as the foundation for everything that follows. When the conversation turns to his identity and he doesn't hand it over, the interaction doesn't slow down or get properly explained. It jumps straight into action. There's no clear grounding being set out, no effort to justify why the situation actually requires escalation. That matters, because powers like this are supposed to come from clear reasoning, not from an officer deciding early on that someone looks like a problem and then working backwards to make it fit.
Not being hostile. Is there any need for the
you are
cuffs?
being hostile.
So is there any need for the cuffs?
Yeah.
Why?
Because you're not
you need to
cooperating
keep,
with
I
us.
don't
you
need to cooperate with
you
you.
need to keep us safe.
I'm not doing nothing
and you
wrong.
say.
Can
We
you
are
identify
calm.
yourself, please?
PC20361,
Okay.
just as I said
So
to you
what's
before.
the grounds for the search?
Our grounds for the search are for an offensive weapon. You're on police premises. You're on police premises.
That's not
We
grounds.
don't know who you are. You've got your
That's
face
not-
covered.
that's not grounds.
Well, it's good enough for me.
It's not good enough. It's not good enough at all.
It is.
It's absolutely preposterous. What's the grounds for the search for an offensive weapon? So what's led you to believe I've got an offensive weapon?
You got something that we can't identify.
But you identified it. You said it was a tripod.
I said, is that what it is? But I can't see what it is.
Right. You don't need to see what it is.
All right.
It's a tripod.
Let's just get back to
It's a
square
tripod.
one.
No, we don't go back to square one.
So why are you
Did
here?
you identify yourself? Did you?
You've asked me 3 times.
I might
mate.
not have heard you.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, you've got your camera.
And I'm not
on,
your
so
mate,
you'll be
okay?
able
You
to
just literally just come out and put me in handcuffs.
Okay,
so I'm
all right,
definitely
all
not your
right,
mate.
okay, all right,
So
okay.
do you mind formally
All right.
identifying
Do you-
yourself, please?
Do you want to just sit down
Identify
for a
yourself,
second?
please. No, I don't want to sit down.
I've already
Identify yourself.
identified
Show me
myself.
a warrant card,
I'm
read it.
collar 45.
Got in your name?
I don't need to give you my
You
name.
do 3 points identification.
No, I don't.
Are you based out of here?
I don't need to tell you
Do you
that. I'm
mind
collar
can you be
45.
Once they've taken hold of him, the situation escalates even further, despite there being no resistance to justify it. Restraints are supposed to be used based on necessity, not simply because someone isn't answering questions the way officers want. Framing cooperation as the reason for tightening control doesn't make sense. It flips the purpose of those powers entirely. The explanation about checking for a weapon also struggles to hold up when the item in question has already been identified, yet it's still used to justify pushing things further. On top of that, one officer doesn't even follow basic identification standards. Proper practice requires officers to clearly identify themselves, typically including name or warrant number along with their role, not just a quick mention of a collar number.
Careful with that. It's
I've
very
already showed
expensive.
you my ID.
Can you be careful with that? It's
Of
very
course I will.
expensive.
Of course I will. But you can see that I can only see that bit
You said it was a
sticking out,
tripod. I don't care.
sticking out
And
of your
what?
trousers.
And your point?
So why are you being argumentative?
Argumentative, you just come out and put me in cuffs, are you dumb?
Yeah, because
are you
you've
stupid?
come onto
Are you
police.
stupid? You've not given me any grounds for the search, okay, except you're looking for an offensive weapon. That is
Yeah.
not grounds. So you're going to find yourself
It
a
is
hole.
grounds.
It's not grounds at all.
identifying yourself.
It is
You're on
grounds.
police
What to
premises
say,
acting
looking-
suspiciously, walking
And
around
what?
all of the
And what?
cars.
It's a public place.
It's still police
We're not allowed
premises.
to walk about here.
It's got
And what?
implied public access, but it's
Exactly.
still police premises.
Right, so I've been on here.
You've
Has
got
anyone
your face covered.
And your
you've got
point
that
is,
portion
and
of
your point
this
is,
sticking out
would
of
you
your
say that-
trousers.
Would you say that to someone wearing a burqa? Would you?
Yes, I would.
Would you?
Yeah.
That's despicable. Absolutely despicable. You don't need to know why I've got my face
I
covered.
see what your agenda is here.
What agenda is that?
You're just trying to make a point for making a
What are you
point's
talking about?
sake.
You just come out, you
but
just
I'm
come out
not-
and put cuffs on me,
But it's not clear what
and
that
you've not
point
given me
is.
grounds for the search. You've not told me what.
We've given you the grounds. We've gone through
You're
about
looking for
3 times.
that's not grounds, my friend.
The grounds are you're on police premises.
And that is
Put
not
this over
grounds
here.
for a search.
You're not letting me finish. So
Yeah, because you're talking nonsense.
you're talking
Right.
nonsense.
Bring him over here.
Yeah.
Finish the search and do what you got to do, and then we'll see what happens, because I guarantee you I'm going to drag you boys into a professional standards investigation, and then I'm going to sue the living daylights out your constabulary.
Calling him argumentative at that stage is just a way to shift focus away from what they have actually done. Questioning officers doesn't create grounds, it highlights when there aren't any. The bigger issue is the contradiction they've boxed themselves into, admitting it's a public space while still treating his presence as if it needs policing. That doesn't add up. When TLA says he's going to take it further, that carries weight because situations like this can be challenged directly. Unlawful detention, misuse of search powers, and unnecessary use of force aren't just minor complaints. They can lead to formal investigations and financial consequences for the force. At that point, it becomes about whether the officers can actually justify what they did when it's properly scrutinised.
Acting suspiciously. What am I doing that's acting suspiciously?
Hood up, face covered. We're asking your name, what you're doing. You've got something sticking out your pocket.
You're not
which we
obliged to
can't
any of that
identify.
information. You're not obliged to any of that information.
What do you mean obliged?
You're not obliged to any of that information. You can ask me, but I'm not obliged to provide any of that information.
What's caused this?
What piece of legislation have you used to stop and search me?
So why are you here?
We search you under section 1 of PACE.
That's none of your business.
It is our business.
No, it's not.
As I've just explained.
No, it's not.
We're
I'm not
police
obliged to.
officers,
I'm not
you're
obliged
on police
to answer
premises.
that.
You've got your face covered.
I'm not obliged to
You're
answer
carrying
that.
something that looks at a distance like a weapon.
If you say so.
It is our business.
If you say so.
Well, I'm just trying to talk to you and trying to establish what
Right,
the
so
issue
am
is.
I
every
obliged
day.
to answer you?
No, not
Exactly.
at all.
So shut up and just do your
Right.
job.
This is,
Shut
we're
up.
going around in circles. You're
Shut
telling me
up.
to shut up, and
Be
then you're
quiet.
asking us questions.
Be quiet.
So does this go both ways? Does it?
No, it
so
doesn't.
I've got shut. Oh, and it doesn't.
No, it
So-
doesn't go both ways.
Oh, right. No,
it's
it doesn't,
definitely
does
one
it?
way. You're
Okay.
a public servant. You do what you're told.
There's a lot of worried people inside
I don't
that
care about
building.
those
that they've
people.
had, you don't care
I don't
about
care-
the people
No,
that are
I'm
worried
not really
because there's
market
somebody...
They're worried enough to have locked the doors before
Oh
we
no!
came out.
Oh no! Did it hurt someone's feelings?
Well, they don't know why you're here. You're
none of
giving
their
people
business.
concern. That's what we're
It's none
trying
of
to explain.
business.
That's what we're trying to explain to you.
It's none of their business. I'm not obliged to answer
the
that.
issue is you're here with the body cam.
Look at the order of events. They put hands on him first, then start scrambling for something to justify it after, which tells you everything. When TLA asks what power they're actually using, it should be immediate and clear if it's genuine, but instead it's vague and shifting. Dropping Section 1. Pace into the mix as a safety reason doesn't line up either. That power is about specific suspicion of items, not a feeling that something might be off, especially when they already knew he had a tripod. Then they fall back on people inside being uneasy, as if that somehow upgrades their authority outside, which it doesn't. Public space doesn't stop being public because someone behind a door doesn't like what they're seeing.
Don't take that off. It's a medical device. It's attached to my body.
What is it?
It's not. It's a medical device. That's all you need
If
to know.
you just tell me what it is.
It's a medical device. It's attached to my body.
Okay. What sort of medical device?
It's a medical
what does it,
device.
What does it do?
Again, I'm not obliged to answer that. It's attached to my body. It's a medical
Right,
device.
You're not enabling me to make a reasonable decision, are you? Because I don't know what it is. You're telling me it's a medical device.
If you're going to pull it off, you're going to injure me, and you're going to put my life
So
at
why
risk.
don't you just tell me what it is?
I've told you it's a medical device.
For what?
For medical reasons.
Is it for insulin or something?
Again, I'm not obliged to answer you. I've told you it's a medical device.
Oh, you're not making my job very easy, are you?
I'm not here to make your job easy.
I need the number of this backpack because I need to establish what's in here.
No, I reserve the right to remain silent on that question. If you break it, you'll be liable to pay for it.
I think you're not going to leave us much option other than to arrest you.
Arrest me.
Suspicion of carrying an offensive weapon, judging by your demeanour, how you're dressed, how you come to our attention in the first place. So we'll have to.
You're twisting the cuffs again.
In order to
My
gain-
hands are
You're
staying
twisting the
still.
cuffs. Look at them, man. If you arrest me, then that's down to you. I'm not here to help you do your job.
Asking for access to his bag is one thing, but trying to force it by dangling arrest over his head is where it crosses the line. Refusing to hand over a code isn't evidence of anything. It's a choice he's allowed to make, and turning that into a reason to escalate shows they're running out of footing. The offensive weapon angle doesn't hold up either when it's being built on how he looks or carries himself, rather than anything concrete. That's not suspicion grounded, in fact. What you're really seeing is pressure being applied to get compliance, not a proper use of powers, because if they genuinely had solid grounds, they wouldn't need to push this hard just to get past a locked zip.
But if you do arrest me, then I'll obviously be legally obliged to provide a code.
Why don't you give me the number to this?
Because at this moment in time, I'm not legally obliged to. Once I'm legally obliged to, then by all means.
In relation to you,
I've only been here for 5
worrying
minutes.
people inside the building to the point the doors have been locked.
Is that a crime?
It's not a crime, but it's raised concern. Nobody said it's a
Point
crime,
is-
is it?
Well, why have you got me in handcuffs? He's threatening to arrest me.
Because we're doing a search.
See, I'm not here to help you do your job. Investigate. Maybe do that first before you put someone in cuffs.
But you're going to need to leave.
I'm not going to leave.
Yeah, you are going to leave.
On what lawful basis are you going to make me leave?
You don't need to leave here. We're satisfied that
What are
you've
you
got
going to do
nothing
if I
on
don't
you.
leave? Nothing.
Why be fearful that you're going to create a breach of the peace?
I'm not going to create a breach of the peace. If anyone's escalated this situation,
So we could arrest you to prevent a breach of the
was
peace.
I committing a breach of the peace before you guys arrived?
Listen to me.
Was I committing a breach of the peace before you guys arrived?
You've not
Was
been
I?
arrested for a breach of the peace.
You're causing,
he's just threatening to arrest.
causing a significant amount of concern whereby people
For what?
inside the building
And what?
felt the need to lock the doors.
Right? That's not my problem, is it? I'm out here minding my own business. It's not. It doesn't make it a crime. Doesn't make it breach of the peace.
They've already said straight out there's no offence, yet they've still put hands on him, cuffed him, and gone through his things. That alone shows this isn't being driven by any clear legal footing. Then the breach of the peace line gets dragged in, which doesn't fit what's happening at all. That power is about stopping immediate disorder, violence kicking off, someone about to get hurt, not someone standing there refusing to play along. You can't use it as a shortcut just because a person won't leave when you want them to. Talking about arrest to prevent something in a situation that's completely calm just shows they're stretching a power way beyond what it's meant for. They've realised nothing they've said actually holds up, so now they're reaching for whatever sounds strong enough to force an ending.
You're talking nonsense, man. You're talking nonsense.
Your presence and your actions here are not friendly.
Says who?
And you've
Says-
not accounted
says
for what
who?
and you've not accounted for what your
I don't need to
presence
account
here
for
is.
what I'm doing.
I need your details.
You don't need the details for a search record.
How am I going to give you the details then?
You don't
So
need my.
can send them to you
do-
after the time.
No, I want a paper. I want a paper copy.
We don't carry. I haven't got a paper copy.
You go get one.
But I can send you one if you give me the details. I can send you
There's
one.
a police station there.
Well, we're in a bit of a situation then,
Don't
aren't we?
refuse my search record. It's my right
Okay.
to have a
Well,
search record.
you can sit here.
It's my right to have a search record.
Here, but I warn you.
And I do not need to provide details for a search record.
That's not our daily course of business. So
100% it is.
It's going to take a while.
I do have the right to a
No,
search
it
record.
isn't our daily course of business. That's not the type of police.
Well, you shouldn't come out
So
searching
I
people
will
for
get
no
you
reason.
one, but you will need to wait. And
Take the
therefore,
cuffs off.
I don't need to talk.
Take the cuffs off.
And you'll get a copy of the search. But as explained to you, you'll have to wait.
I think you're talking nonsense.
Okay. Do you understand what I said?
It sounded like gobbledygook.
Okay.
Okay, well,
You're going to get a
there's
copy
gonna
of
be
the
a
search,
copy
but
if
you're going to have to
I
wait
can
for
only
it.
hear one person at a time. You're talking over each other.
See you later.
So you're refusing my copy of a search. Is that what's happening? As is my right.
TLA's update says a lot without needing much detail. He's clearly had a response back, but the wording suggests it didn't really address the core issues, more something that confirms what he already expected. When someone talks about no surprise in an outcome like this, it usually points to the complaint being handled in a way that protects the force rather than properly challenging what happened on the ground. What stands out looking back is how the whole interaction leans on tone instead of anything concrete. Words like not friendly get thrown around as if they mean something legally, but they don't unlock powers. Neither does refusing to hand over details. Even the excuse about not being able to provide a search record without his information doesn't hold up. That's not a condition of the process, it's just another way of trying to push him into giving something he wasn't required to. No follow through, no action, just a slow retreat once there's nothing left to lean on. Then when he asks for the record, it's delay after delay, the same pattern of avoiding being pinned down to anything official. What you're left with is a full interaction where force was used and rights were pushed aside.